Control owner versus process owner. Audit-ready wording explained. Welcome. Today we'll untangle control owner versus process owner, a small wording choice that can change audit outcomes. In audits, precise language drives conclusions. Sloppy terms invite findings, rework, and extra meetings. When roles are crystal clear, auditors can trace actions quickly, reducing sampling questions and follow-ups. Also remember, the control owner does not equal process owner. One is accountable for a specific check, the other for the whole workflow. Mixing them blurs accountability, weakens evidence, and risks control failures being pinned on the wrong person. Let's make your documentation clean, testable, and audit-ready. A control owner is accountable for one specific control, a check that mitigates a defined risk. Their job is to ensure the control's design actually addresses the risk, and that it operates effectively every time it runs. Think, does this check work, and is it performed as intended? The control owner performs or oversees the performance, verifies results, and documents outcomes. They also track evidence, reports, approvals, logs, and lead or coordinate remediation when exceptions occur. If an auditor asks, "Show me proof this check ran and worked," the control owner can produce it, explain it, and defend its effectiveness. A process owner is accountable for the end-to-end workflow, people, steps, tools, and SLAs that deliver a business outcome. They design how work flows from intake to completion, manage handoffs, allocate resources, and monitor cycle time and quality. They coordinate embedded controls, but may not operate those controls themselves. Imagine vendor onboarding. The process owner defines steps, timelines, and roles. Specific control owners run checks like vendor master change review or segregation of duties validation. The process owner ensures the journey runs smoothly. Control owners ensure each critical check reduces risk as intended. Think of a control as a check and a process as the whole journey. The control owner answers, is the check effective? Was it performed, reviewed, and evidenced? Their success metric is risk mitigation and clean test results. The process owner answers, is the process delivered? Are SLAs met, steps sequenced correctly, and handoffs working? Their metric is throughput, quality, and customer satisfaction. If a failure occurs, ask, did the check fail, control issue? Or did the workflow stall or misroute? Process issue. This mapping speeds root cause analysis and sharper audit responses. Name the role and the object. Make it explicit whether you're documenting a control or a process. Example, control owner, finance supervisor for vendor change review. Use measurable verbs like performs, reviews, approves, reconciles, investigates, escalates. Verbs auditors can test. Cite frequency and evidence location. Example, weekly. Evidence stored in GRC 123 with signed PDF and system log. Include criteria for pass/fail when relevant. Example, flags changes without ticket, requires manager approval. Clear, testable wording reduces follow-ups and shortens audit cycles. Avoid vague verbs like handles, supports, oversees, or involved. They're untestable and invite findings. Don't mix roles in one sentence. Separate who performs the control from who approves or monitors the process. Don't state ownership without accountability. Owns onboarding is empty. Specify the action, frequency, and evidence. Don't hide exceptions. Note what happens when the control fails, who remediates, and how it's tracked. Don't rely on tribal knowledge. If it isn't documented, auditors treat it as not performed. Good. AP Manager reviews weekly vendor changes. Helpful, but thin. What report? Where's evidence? Any approval? Better. Control Owner, AP Manager, reviews and signs the vendor change report weekly. Exceptions escalated to Controller. Evidence stored in GRC 123 with signed PDF and system log. Now it's testable. Process example. Procurement Process Owner maintains the vendor onboarding workflow and SLA, monitors cycle time weekly, coordinates Control Owners for vendor master changes and conflict checks, dashboard in BI Vendor 01, clear scope, cadence, and artifacts without claiming to perform the controls. Who is accountable? A specific control or the process? Name the role clearly. What action? How often? And where is the evidence? Include approver, artifact, and system. Can an auditor trace and test from your wording alone? If not, add measurable verbs, frequency, criteria, and evidence location. Takeaway: controls reduce risk, processes deliver outcomes. Write so a stranger could find the record, repeat the steps, and reach the same conclusion. Crisp language lowers audit friction, limits findings, and showcases mature governance.